Hey y'all, it's Danny and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to get a perfect glitter HTV application using your embroidery machine. I have been dubbed the glitter HTV queen, not by myself, but by a bunch of my clients and fellow embroidery business owners, which is very, very flattering. And I only bring this up because I have been using glitter HTV for years now. My business went super viral off of one glitter sweatshirt design, and it's something I am still using to this day. I have gained so many loyal clients just off of that one material. So in this video, I'm gonna give you all of my tips, tricks, and common mistakes to avoid when using glitter HTV and how to get the perfect application every single time. I have had a lot of people come to me and say that their glitter HTV either peels up before it's even pressed, it starts to peel up after it's pressed, they can't get it to be flat and smooth, it starts to bubble up. So we're gonna go over really just everything you need and everything that you have to do in order to get that flawless application. For our materials, we're going to start off with our sweatshirt. This is a Jerzees sweatshirt. I love jerseys for all of my sweatshirts because they come in a variety of colors and they don't pill like a lot of other brands that I've worked with before. Super soft and super comfortable. Let me know if you guys want me to do another video on this same application but on a t-shirt, because I found that there are slightly different tricks to using glitter HTV with a sweatshirt versus a t-shirt because different materials and different densities. And of course, our star of the show, we are going to be using Siser's Glitter HTV. I have worked with Siser a bunch and for years now, so shout out to Siser. I love their HTV. It comes in so many colors. I don't know off the top of my head how many, but that's honestly because there are so many. I have worked with every single color. A lot of you probably have heard of this material. I've mentioned it in other videos, of course, but if you are new here, this is Siser Glitter HTV. I am an affiliate with two different brands that offer Siser Glitter HTV. That's Happy Crafters and Vinyl and Tool Supply. So I will have my affiliate links down below for you guys. I do not recommend getting your HTV from Michael's or other small stores only because you can only get those sheets and rolls, and after a while the cost really starts to add up. So it's easier to get it in bulk because the price is reduced. The next thing that you're gonna need is a corresponding thread to whatever glitter color you're using. I find that a lot of people like to use a certain glitter HTV color and then they want to do their design outline, their satin stitches in another color. This is possible, but there are other steps that you have to do if you are going to change the outline color from the main glitter color. So to keep it easy for this video, we are just going to use green HTV and we are going to use green thread. The next thing that you're gonna need are tweezers. You don't need any specific tweezers, but these are my Siser tweezers, and I love saying that. They are very well loved. I've had these since I got a package from them years ago, so I love these. They've held up very well, but you just need any good basic pair. For today's video, I'm going to be using my 11x13 Mighty Hoop. This has become one of my most frequently used Mighty Hoops that I use for my chest designs. If you are new here, this is my Melco Summit embroidery machine. It has 16 needles. It goes up to 1500 SPM, and it has a huge sewing field. So if you want more information about this machine, I have a link on all of my social media profiles, and go ahead and check that out. So here is our design. I did make this design, and if you are interested in purchasing this design, please let me know. I am a baby embroidery designer for others, so I'm trying to figure out, you know, what people would want and what they would like to see. But I thought that, you know, this would be really cute. The holidays are coming up, and I can show you guys how to get a really nice glitter HTV application. I have my colors set up, and I'm just going to show you really quick. Now, if you can see that A for applique button between my first green and my second green, that means exactly what it says. That means that my design is going to stop after the Grinchy runs, and it is going to move my hoop forward so that I can peel off my HTV or take my hoop off of the machine and peel off my HTV. And then when I put the machine back on and run my design, it will stitch out the feeling. So that is what that means, that A for applique button. Okay, so let's get hooped. Like I mentioned before, I am using my 11 by 13 Mighty Hoop, and I'm also using my Mighty Hoop stand. This is an absolute game changer if you do not have a Mighty Hoop stand to hoop your t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, anything like that. You definitely need to invest in one. They do have a really nice bundle with this, so I highly recommend. And if you are interested in purchasing this or any other Mighty Hoops that you see in my videos, you can use the code DANI, that's D-A-N-I, for free shipping on your next order. With this, I'm going to flip my brackets down and up, and I am going to separate my 11 by 13 Mighty Hoop. For this project, I am using Cutaway Stabilizer. This is a huge part of using Glitter HTV. That HTV needs a sturdy foundation in order for the material to sit nicely on top. So I highly recommend using Cutaway when you're using HTV with a sweatshirt, because you don't want the stitches to sink in, and that can cause issues. How I like to set up for my garments is to simply take the left edge and line it up, flip my brackets, and before I flip the other two down, I take a nice pair of fabric scissors and I glide that along the right edge. Then I flip down my other top brackets. The next step is to simply lay my sweatshirt over the top of the fixture and slide it on. So now that that's on, I'm going to take the top of my 11 by 13 hoop, and I like to hold the hoop brackets and simply snap on. I do always pull the collar a bit up and just tug a bit so that it's taut, but I like the top of the collar to be not under the hoop. Next, I'm going to pull up to release it from the brackets, and I'm going to slide up to take it off of the stand, and I'm hooped. Now we're gonna get this sweatshirt into the brackets on the machine, and when I hear 2 clicks, I know I'm secure. Before we run our design, I'm gonna check a few things. A good practice is to always trace your design before you run it. In the Melco Summit, there is a feature that if your design is too big for your hoop parameters, it will let you know with a big red screen, and you will be like, okay, too big, I have to size my design down. Even though I know my design fits nicely in my 11 by 13 hoop, I am still going to run my trace just because I do want to see where everything is going to hit at on my garment. The first step when using Glitter HTV in embroidery is to peel off the carrier sheet. I have seen people embroider with this plastic carrier sheet on. You need to peel it off. So that's what I'm going to do really quickly. Once the carrier sheet is off, you're going to want to spray your Glitter HTV with some temporary adhesive. This is the temporary adhesive that I use. I did this off camera, but I sprayed the back of my HTV with my temporary adhesive. Really nothing special, just spray it enough, but not too much, enough so that you see like a light dusting of the spray. Now I'm gonna place my HTV onto my garment in the hoop while it's on the machine. You can do this while it's off the machine, it's really up to you, but I've done it so much that I've gotten accustomed to putting it on while it's already hooped and while it's already on the machine. Okay, so our glitter is nice and flat and smooth on our garment. If you find that you have bubbles up on your garment when you put it on, you don't have enough adhesive, or maybe none at all, there shouldn't be any lifts, because that is going to hinder your perfect application that we're going for. So everything is flat. I don't really measure. You of course can measure your design and measure out the glitter HTV, but I just always make sure that my HTV piece is bigger than my design, and that is a very important step also. Make sure that your glitter HTV piece is bigger than your design. You want to have enough of a grip on any edge to pull that glitter HTV from your stitches. Now I'm going to run my design. I personally run all of my glitter HTV designs at 1350 SPM on my Summit. Since HTV is a flat material, you don't really have to worry about running it slower. It doesn't have a pile or a nap, so whatever's comfortable for you. But even when I run these on another machine, I run it at its highest SPM. Okay, so I stopped the machine because I wanted to show you guys how the G stitched out. If you can see that I have a nice thick satin outline, that is very important when getting a nice glitter HTV application. If you have too thin of a satin border, you're not going to get that really satisfying clean peel away when you go to take your HTV from the stitches. We are all done stitching out our Grinchy design, and I think it came out really, really nice. Again, if you would like to purchase this design from me, let me know. I'm still trying to figure out the kinks and how I want to offer designs and how I want to sell them. If you guys can also see how I mentioned that thick and wide satin stitch, you can see that it doesn't have any gaps in that satin stitch. So I see a lot of people, they have issues with their HTV coming up in the design before they even go to press it. I don't have that issue because this is a thick satin border. I make sure that it's thick enough to accommodate the perforations that happen when the HTV is being stitched. I like to start in the top left corner and just peel downwards. And if you see how I'm peeling with the direction that the stitches are going, I'm not peeling up. I don't want the glitter HTV to start poking through my satin stitches. Pulling along each edge and pulling downwards. Whatever direction the stitches were stitched in is how you should be pulling the glitter off. Then I'm gonna come around here and pull along the edges of that C, and you see I'm getting a really nice clean tear. Okay, I do not go ahead and take my fingers and try to get into these little crevices. That is way too thin for my fingers to peel and get at. I'm not even going to try. Do not try to force it, because that is when things start getting messy, and that is also when you can start to damage your stitches, and you don't want anything to unravel or to fray, and then it's a whole other thing. So to show you how I do this, I'm going to remove the hoop off of the machine, and I'm going to take those tweezers that I mentioned in the beginning of the video, and we are going to peel the rest of the glitter from these smaller areas off with those tweezers. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my Siser tweezers and peel off these little parts in between each of the letters. I honestly just kind of get my tweezers underneath a piece of the glitter, and once I do, I can peel. Think of scooping up a piece and pulling. Don't really pick up. Don't pick up a piece of HTV and pull up, but scoop under and pull down. I'm scooping under, and it's okay if it doesn't all come off in one clean sweep, because this is a tiny, area. And now if I can get a peel from my finger once I have it up, then I can peel it with my finger. But don't try to peel it with your finger if it's way too small at first. Get it started with the tweezers. So I'm underneath and I peel up, or peel down, but you know what I mean. Underneath, peel down, underneath, peel down. So that's a really big thing that I see, is other small business owners will do these designs and they'll still have glitter HTV in the really tiny cracks. Okay guys, this is how my Grinchy design looks. And mind you, obviously we have not pressed it or anything, and there are no gaps with my glitter HTV between the satin stitches. There are no lifting spots or anything like that. It is secure. It's not finished because we did not press it yet, but it's secure. I'm not gonna have to worry about any lifting or any peeling, and it looks really, really good. I'm gonna run the final part of the design, the feeling, and then we will be back for our pressing instructions. I see a common misconception that you should not or cannot overlap a font on top of your glitter HTV. This is not true. If you're going to put a font over the HTV in a design, like how I have the F and I have a part of the L overlapping on top of the glitter, that's absolutely doable and it's totally fine. It's not going to affect the application. It's not going to affect the final pressing or anything like that. The only thing that you want to make sure of is that the font is thick. So it's not going to be too thin when stitching over that HTV, because remember, all of the stitches are tiny perforations punching through the HTV. The more perforations you have, the more it's going to get pulled. It's already being pulled by that satin border from the Grinchy, and now it's being pulled even more from parts of the font being stitched over top of it. So if you have a really thin font, it's going to make those really tiny and close together perforations, and not only are you going to lose your font in the process of pressing your garment because the HTV is going to kind of overlap that thinness, you are more prone to lifting and gapping. So I always make sure that I have a nice thick font if I'm going to overlap the HTV. Okay guys, the design is all done and I think it came out really, really cute. I love that. And we are now going to get this over to my heat press so we can secure our glitter HTV, and we will be all done after that. We are over at my heat press, and this is the Stahl's Hotronics 16x20 auto clam heat press. It is an industrial commercial heat press. I am a Stahl's affiliate, so I will have my affiliate link in the description if you do so decide to go down the Stahl's route, and I think you should. Having a high quality heat press is a huge advantage when getting that perfection when you are finishing off your glitter HTV design. For the temperature that I like to press my glitter at is 330 degrees. I also press my glitter between 25 to 30 seconds. The pad that I have on my lower platen of my heat press is the quick slip protector, and that is exactly what it sounds like. This makes it so that I can quickly slip my garment on and off of my press, and it doesn't cause any wear and tear to the edges of my lower platen where that foam is. You should also be cleaning the upper platen of your heat press. After doing so many glitter HTV applications, there is residue, there sometimes is glitter pieces and flakes and just other things that get on your press. And here is that quick slip process. It's 16 by 20, so it covers the entire front area of the garment. Now, this part is super easy because of my Hotronix auto clamp. I am simply going to pull down this top lever and it is going to stay down. The press is going to stay down and start counting down from 30, and it will pop back up when it's finished. And it popped back up, and I love that feature because I can walk away from my press and not have to worry about my garment being under there for too long and my fabric burning. There is our final garment. The HTV is perfect. I am so happy with this design. I feel like it came out really cute, and I would honestly love to see it with some pink glitter HTV and like a hot pink feeling. I just did this green because, you know, of course, traditional Grinch and everything, but so super cute. As y'all can see here, absolutely no lifting, no gaps. It is flat and it is secure. It is not going anywhere. So I'm gonna actually try it on for you guys so you can see how it looks when it's on. Okay guys, this is the final look. I think it's adorable. I think that your clients would love it. I think that you would love it if you would just want one for the holidays. I could definitely see me wearing this with some jeans and my hat and some Ugg boots. It is super, super cute, and the embroidery came out great. As you can see, we got a perfect glitter HTV application, and that glitter is just sparkling. It is so, so nice. I am very, very, very happy with it, and I hope you guys are enjoying it too. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and that you learned some new things, tips, tricks, and advice about glitter HTV. Please let me know any other projects that you would like me to do or show you guys how to do. And one more time, if you would like to purchase this design, it is available. I just made it and I'm loving it. So again, thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye guys.